What's going on, guys? It's Mike for SimRacing604, and today I'm going to be opening a Fanatec haul. I ordered a couple of wheels. One of them is pre-assembled, the other one will need to be assembled, so that's what I'm going to do in this video, is just show you what I bought, and then we'll take it for a test drive. So these wheels were not provided to me by Fanatec. I just felt like I wanted some different wheels, so that's what I did. Ordered them. First one is the pre-assembled one. This is actually my first time opening it. Haven't opened any of this actually, so thought I would share with you folk. So this is their WRC wheel. Very similar. If you saw my $99 Fanatec wheel nobody is talking about video, I think it's pretty much the same one, just with a different wrap and a WRC logo. So, unsurprisingly, Fanatec stickers. Ooh, I didn't know it came with this. So, in here, button caps. Love it. I didn't know they were interchangeable. So, a bunch of different things you can set. Oh, nice. Yeah, there's some cool ones in here, so I'll have to get into that. And then mounting screws. So, here is the WRC wheel. Sorry, I'll get some of this unnecessary stuff out of the way. So, yeah. Nice wrap on it. It's a much better wrap than the $99 wheel. You can see here, it has nothing on the back, so you have to buy a quick release for it. I wasn't aware of that. And non-magnetic shifters. That's fine, but yeah, the face of it, very similar to the $99 wheel I bought. Except again, it has the WRC logo there, and then some tire tracks across the bottom. And this orange stitching, nice suede wrap on the outside. Xbox compatible, of course. And then he's got these orange shifters, which I don't know if they're replaceable or not. It's got, yeah, they might be replaceable. I don't know the Fanatec ecosystem well enough, but yeah, very cool. And then it's got this light bar across the top. So yeah, fairly simple. But again, I shorted myself a quick release, so I'm gonna have to make some arrangements for that. I do have a couple extra wheels here from Fanatec that I could probably swap it out with just to test it, but yeah, that's my WRC wheel. And now, should we say the big one? So we have this. This is the ClubSport Universal Hub 2, and sorry guys. And yeah, this is magnetic shifters, and it's got a bunch of buttons here. And so you slap a wheel on that. And I happen to have bought a wheel as well. This came as part of a bundle, I should say. You know, I love my stickers. And then a little instruction manual. What else do we have? A cap for the center of your wheel, with the Fanatec F on it. Allen keys. This is a big deal in my world. I love when companies send Allen keys. This probably costs Fanatec, 15 cents to bundle. Well, maybe not that cheap, but next to nothing to bundle. And it can be a huge help if you do not happen to own an Allen key. Then another hex style. I can't remember what you call these, but yeah, this is for turning hex head bolts, screws. And then we have these shift paddles. Sorry, I had to take a little break there. They are not swappable. It matters which way they go. So there's a flush mount screws that will come with this. And so those are not swappable. And then the unit itself, which actually, okay, so these are optional shift paddles. So the ones that are on there right now, significantly larger, probably twice the height of the extras that come with it. So I guess it depends on what you want to do. And a nice looking assembly. Smaller than I thought, of course. In marketing, they make it look big, but my whole hand can fit over it. Wow, magnetic shifters, but they're the quietest magnetic shifters I have ever heard. That's impressive. I didn't know they could make them that quiet. So you flip it over, so you can see there's cables running to each of these sort of button pods. That's kind of interesting. And there's a screen at the top here and a bunch of buttons numbered 1 through 12, which I guess are pre-assigned buttons. You could assign them to whatever you want, I'm sure. Yeah, or assignable buttons, I should say, and you can assign them to whatever you want. Yeah, pretty nice looking assembly. Let's see. Whoops, guess I better not set it down on the pins. Wouldn't that be something? Is there anything else in here? I kind of expected... Aha, there they are. And there was, by the way, whoops, a protective cap on those pins when it shipped. And I think I have cleaned out this box. So what else was in there? Button caps again, just like the WRC wheel. And pretty much, are they the same? I'm going to say these ones are larger than the ones on the WRC wheel. But same sort of idea. You've got lights, you've got pit limiter, seat movement. What else? The turbo, then plus minus, of course, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can make it say whatever you want. Not really sure what the rest of this is for. But I'm sure we'll get it figured out. So yeah, the goal is to slap a wheel on here and then slap a universal hub on the back, or sorry, a quick release on the back. And then, yeah, we should be rocking and rolling. So let's carefully get this over to the side. Quite a lot of parts in here, actually. And then we'll move to the last major component, which is the wheel. So 3 mounting screws come with it. And no bag this time, just this soft styrofoamy wrap, not sure what you call it. And then, ooh, nice suede wheel. It's smaller than I thought. Not sure what the actual dimensions of this are, but yeah, it definitely doesn't feel huge. And then that again will fit onto here. Something like so. Might have to make some adjustments right out of the box. Okay, so small lesson in always check your memory card before you start recording. I don't know what I lost there, but basically I've done the unboxing here. Sorry for having my phone in the shot. I've got my universal hub. I've got my wheel. I opened the quick release. This is the QR1, I believe. So it's like an unboxing remix. But yeah, this should be a lot faster to get on and off because all the other quick releases I have are the screw-on style. So this one should be quicker. So that's actually the first thing I'm going to do because I want to protect these pins. I'm just paranoid about pin protection. So the way this works, the way the quick release goes onto the back of the universal hub is it's got 2 pins here, so it is keyed. And let's see here. There's only one way it can go, I believe. So yeah, that is correct. If you try to put it on upside down, of course the keys line up, but there's a little plastic or metal edge there that won't allow you to sit that down upside down. So again, super careful of the pins on like that, and then we should have necessary bolts here. So yeah, that should be it. All right, so my pins are protected now. And again, I'll be able to just reach my fingers over and just slide that metal coupling, I guess you would call it. Slide that back, and that should be my quick release. So having all kinds of problems getting this steering wheel to fit onto here. And the reason I say that is because when I look at the Fanatec website, these button modules are actually inverted. So they're kind of standing up. So I'm not exactly sure how I am going to do that. Oh, I see. Okay, so these button modules, interestingly, have 2 screw holes in the bottom. So you can back these 2. There's a couple of screws that are currently holding it, but you can flip it to this side or this side. So I need to get this basically in a vertical alignment. So I'm going to use these holes. I'm going to back these 2 screws out, flip this, and then screw it back on. Let's see. And I need a screwdriver that was not included. Right? Yeah. All right. So I will go on the hunt for a number 1 Phillips, and then I'll see if I can get this flipped. All right, moment of truth. Will it fit? It fits. It fits. I'm going to turn this slightly. So that should be the correct fit. And there we go. So it looks kind of funny because I've got these 2 oriented one way, this another way, this another way. But regardless, I think this is the final configuration. So let me check for my wheel mounting bolts. Here we are. Which, please fit. Nope. Please fit. Yep. Cool. Watch, I've spent all this time and I've been looking at the wrong holes or something. All right, so there we have it. So all this needs now is button caps, but yeah, great looking, great feeling. I really like it actually. A bit more of a pain lining these modules up than I thought it would be, but I love it now that it's assembled. So yeah, this is gonna be cool. So yeah, next up will be the WRC, because I do have this extra screw-on style QR, and then I'll try and see if I can find a suitable arrangement of button caps to put on this, and then we'll test. So break in the action, and then I'll come back with the WRC wheel. Okay, I lied. I just realized when I was looking at the hardware for the WRC wheel that there are washers, and I totally forgot to put washers on the bolts at the back of the QR1, which are in this bag. And in fact, Fanatec did provide them, so I'm going to try. The only problem is this has Loctite on it, so it might be a little sticky to get back off, but should be able to get it. Okay, so 4 for 4. Now I'm just going to tighten these down. Don't want them too tight. Et voila. All right, so let's take a look at the WRC wheel. And this quick release should work. Yeah, that'll work. So again, keyed. Does it matter which way? Oh, take the cap off. How about that? Okay, yeah, it's keyed, and it can only go in one way. It's just got this little knob right there, little nipple, if you will. And there we go. So now we just got to tighten down these bolts and washers. All right, we should be good. So, yeah, don't put the screws there because that is going to prevent the shift from happening. But yeah, there's the WRC wheel. Here's the flat wheel. You can see there's quite a size difference between them. Let me do a quick measurement before we move on to the driving portion. WRC wheel measuring roughly 300 across, 300 mil, or just shy of 12 inches. Flat wheel, 270 or 10.5 inches roughly. So yeah, bit of a size difference there. But yeah, these are my new wheels. Exciting stuff. Let's do some driving. Okay guys, so ready to test out my flat wheel. I've got it set up nicely. You can see, you won't be able to see it in the video, but hopefully you can see this little screen here, and that's actually going to show me my speed, and when I change gear, it just temporarily, it flashes, it'll say 2 for about 2 seconds, and then go away, go back to speed, shift up to 3, it shows 3, then goes back to speed. So nice little display there. And I've got these button modules pretty much set up. I can comfortably get my thumbs under there. Now, I don't recommend driving without gloves. You might be able to see it, but there's a bit of black dye on my hands from this suede. And then I want to talk quickly about the quick release. So, slide it on. It mounts. Easy peasy. My display came up. But there is one issue. So, you can probably see it. Hopefully, you can see it in the video. But with the quick release QR1, it can move, the wheel can move relative to the wheelbase. So Fanatec has thought of that. Try and keep my head out of the shot as much as possible. And there's a set screw that you can put in. And then that flex is gone. So that flex you're seeing is actually in the rig. I've got motion set up so the whole rig can move. But yeah, the flex seems to be gone. It's a nice tight fit. So good quick release overall. It just sucks that it's 2 steps, but is what it is. All right, so let's do some driving in ACC. Okay, so waiting for the green flag here at Spa. And I'll share my impressions of the flat wheel with Universal Hub 2. And overall, really, really love this wheel. It looks tremendous for one thing. You know, it looks like a racing wheel. I have the GT DD Pro from Fanatec as well. And obviously that's more aimed at the gamer end of the spectrum, but it looks like a toy. I wouldn't say a toy, that's pretty aggressive, but it doesn't look as professional as this wheel.
Car on the right.
And the feel is great. It's a very solid feeling. You know, no give in this wheel whatsoever. But the suede coating gives it a little bit of a softness so it doesn't hurt your hands.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
I do like the idea of having these button modules being able to be spaced how you like. And, you know, for me, I've got pretty big hands, so I push the top button modules up quite a bit so I can get my thumbs in there comfortably, and I'm able to do that. And yeah, it just feels really, really nice. 270, as far as the width of the wheel, that's a bit narrow for my liking. I think I prefer a 300, but yeah, obviously 270, this is a very... in this flat wheel style, this is a very familiar design. And yeah, it looks great, feels great. And one thing I haven't touched on yet that I really, really love, probably my favorite feature, is the shift action. These magnetic shifters, probably the best I own. They're really, really great. Very short throw. Just a tiny, tiny, and of course I'm at the one section of the track where there's no shifting, but yeah, just a, whoa. Just a tiny, tiny throw with this thing.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
It's quick. You can be so quick with your shifts. It's just like instantaneous, and the magnets are the perfect strength, I feel.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
And yeah, just I think the shifters are the highlight for me. They feel really, really great. And then again, just the overall wheel design looks great. Feels nice and solid. And that suede, nice and soft on your hands. So
On the left.
overall, I'm very happy. $379 US, is it worth it? In my opinion, yes. I think it's a great wheel. Nice and versatile. I like the sort of all black design. It doesn't, it doesn't feel too, what would you say, intended for a certain car. Like obviously Fanatec has BMW wheels and they have Porsche wheels. And it looks kind of out of place with if you're not driving those specific brands. But this one being just all black, I like it because it's more universal. You can sort of mate it with any car you want. It doesn't feel terribly out of place. But yeah. So I'm happy I made the purchase. I think it was well worth it. Solid wheel, great shifting action, comfortable on the hands. Huge assortment of buttons. I mean, I don't think you could ask for really much more in a wheel. Again, my two criticisms. One, the quick release, being a two-step process, not great. I'm sure the QR2, I hope the QR2 will have the quick release action without the set screw. That would be great. And then the second one is not so much, well, it's definitely not a complaint towards Fanatec. Whoop, BMW gone. It's just the 270 is a little bit smaller than I like my wheels. That extra 30 mil to make it a 300 mil wheel. Yeah, I do notice a difference coming from, say, my Sim Experience AccuForce wheel. But yes, overall very good. All right, guys, let's take a look at the WRC wheel. Okay, so here we are in Dirt Rally 2. And I got the WRC wheel mounted, and again, this is the screw-on style of quick release. But yeah, looks good, feels good. It's very light, mostly plastic components in the back, and yeah, it's very light. But at the same time, the wheel feels nice and solid. There's no, softness to it, no flex whatsoever, and much like the flat wheel, it's got that nice suede finish on it. Let's drive. This is not a course I know well at all, so forgive me.
Go. One right, very long. Opens 30.
So yeah, the shift action, I mean, it's definitely not as good as those
One
magnetic
left
shifters I
items.
was just using on the flat wheel.
30. 4 left, don't cut.
But,
Into 3 right.
solid.
Into caution, don't cut. 3 left. 50 over crest. 1 right tightens.
Yeah, I don't
Opens
actually...
Into turn, unseen. Don't cut. 1 left tightens.
Yeah, would I call this underrated? Probably not. It's probably exactly what you're expecting
And
from
3
this
right.
wheel.
Into 2 left.
It ranks among
Into 3 right.
Fanatec's cheaper wheels.
Opens into 1 left tightens. And turn
But
3 right.
yeah, I mean,
Turn
it certainly gets the
immediate
job
4
done.
left over crest.
As I say, I think I'm
Opens
just
long, don't
sort
cut,
of
tightens
smitten
2.
with those
Into cut, maybe 4 right.
with those magnetic shifters on the flat wheel
30.
and the universal hub.
3 left.
It's not that.
Into 3 right. Opens
But
30.
again, very solid wheel.
Open hairpin right. Into 3 left.
And I think it does exactly
into 5 right,
what somebody buying the wheel would
into
expect
4
it to do.
left, very long, opens 30,
And for some reason, one thing I really like about it that I think will turn a lot of people
3
off
right, into 3 left,
is the orange shifters.
into turn 2 right, opens, into 4 left, opens very long.
I don't know why. It just kind
tightens
of
over crest,
makes it unique looking.
into 3 right long, don't cut, opens, into
Yeah,
2
I
left,
like it.
tightens, don't
I like
cut,
it.
into 6 right,
The
3 left, don't cut,
the universal
through narrow
hub
grid,
and the flat wheel
opens over crest,
are
into
among the
6
most
right over crest,
impressive wheels
into
I
3
own.
left long, tightens, don't cut,
And again, it's not that,
into 6
nor is it
right,
priced like that.
into don't cut, 4 left, into 5
But
right,
if you're looking for,
20,
you know, a solid
4 left,
entry to mid-level
into
wheel,
slow,
I
2
don't
right,
think
very
I've
long,
felt much better than this. Like in
Opens
terms
over
of how it
crest.
rates against, say, like a
Into 4
D29
left.
or something like that.
slow 20,
Whoops, don't know
keep
how to
right
operate a
over crest,
handbrake.
turn unseen, open heavy left,
It's just leaps
3 right over crest,
leaps beyond anything you would get in like a G29,
Into 5 left.
G923, something like that.
30,
Closer to a
4 left long
T300, but I would put
tightens.
this above the T300.
into 6 right, and 6 left, into 2 right tightens, into 2 left tightens,
Well, it doesn't make you a better driver, that much is clear.
into 4 right, opens over crest, into
But
6
yeah, good
left
positive
long,
shift action.
into 5
No
right
complaints,
long,
really.
tightens 3, into 5 left, don't cut,
Oh man, I just
keep
stink
right
at
over
this.
30,
I need more practice
6
in
left
New
over crest
Zealand.
long,
Yeah, it feels
tightens
very
3,
solid. When I
don't
get those
cut.
kicks, when I get those bumps
Into
from the
1
road,
right.
it feels very
Into
realistic.
don't cut,
Feels
3
very,
left,
you know, solid in my hands.
20,
And there have
6
been a lot
right,
of bumps
into
lately.
slow 1 left tightens,
So I'm very happy.
into 1 right tightens,
The universal hub
open
and
60
flat
over
wheel are the
crest
star of
and
the
finish,
show.
70 to stop.
But this is a solid entry to mid-level option, like I was saying. And I like it. Fanatec WRC wheel. So that's it for my unboxing. Thanks for watching, guys.